Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Two articles here who come to reveal something that some of us said it for some time and were aware because it was obvious. It was obvious that there's opposition to tyranny. So we have here two articles, one from Associated Press and the other one from Ukrainska Pravda, that shows us that Russia is not isolated, as these guys said, even if their isolation, supposed isolation, is together with other isolated countries as China and North Korea. China and North Korea, I have to remind you, they have nuclear weapons, both of them. So it seems like the other club is forming to counter the plantation owned by Al Capone. And we have here United States saying that North Korea delivered some weapons to Russia. Well, that's bad news. Why? Because it seems like it's going to be out in the open, which is it's us against you. It was like this, but it was unspoken. It was not out in the open. The Americans tried to persuade and then threaten and then blackmail and then maybe a little regime change, and wherever they cannot mediate, they cannot negotiate, because it seems like they lost that ability since 1991. So let's see what's going on here with these two articles. The first one comes from Associated Press. US says North Korea delivered 1,000 containers of equipment and munitions to Russia for Ukraine war. Remember, there's not 1001 or 999. Okay, it's exactly 1000, which makes it, to say the least, suspicious to me at least. So Washington, the White House said, doesn't mean that's true, on Friday that North Korea has delivered more than 1,000 containers of military equipment and munitions to Russia for its ongoing war in Ukraine. And you know what? You can't do anything about it. As the other side or the rest of the world are not able to do anything about your garbage in Ukraine or Israel or wherever you're going to get involved to balance the world. Speculations about a possible North Korea plan to refill Russia's munition stores drained in its protracted war with Ukraine flared last month when North Korea leader, the Woodchuck, traveled to Russia to meet Putin and visit key military sites. Okay. The White House released images that it said, I like that, show the containers were loaded onto a Russian-flagged ship before being moved via train to southwestern Russia. The containers were shipped between September 7 and October 1 between Najin, North Korea, and Dunai, Russia, according to the White House. We condemn the DPRK for providing Russia. You can complain and you can condemn how much you want, because other people condemned your intervention in Ukraine and you said, oh, shut the hell up, we're going to bomb you too. So we have this first article. We're going to go to the next article, which is even more, how should I put it, interesting. Not something that reveals something that we didn't know, or we didn't not know, but we didn't feel it. It is China also provides weapons to Russia. You say, well, that's been talked about. Well, the Russians come and say it straight out loud. So this comes from Ukrainska Pravda, this article, and it says, today, all drones come from China, end quote. This is from Monday, 16 October 2023. And that was spoken by Russia's finance minister publicly, acknowledges where they get UAVs from. Well, that's a little problem here, because you see, almost all the imported drones that Russia currently owns were delivered to the aggressor country of China. So, do you remember, I do, and I always call it out, when the Russians conduct drone attacks on Ukraine, what are the most common drones that supposedly the Russians use? They say it Iranian Shahed drones or Shahid drones. So how is that with almost all the imported drones currently are delivered by China or come from China? So it doesn't make sense. So that means that now all of a sudden it's going to be like a switch. The Ukrainian media will say, Russia launched a massive drone attack using Zhangzhang drones, Chinese Zhangzhang drones or something, and we're going to forget about Iran's drones. Or Russia tries to, do you think that Russia cares? I don't think Russia cares. If they say, well, yeah, it's Iran provides us with drones, what are you going to do about it? Destroy Iran? Good luck with that one. You're at it right now, but you move slowly. So do you think that Russia just cover for their deliveries if their deliveries from Iran? I don't think so. I think the club is already established, and these guys are just coming out and saying, you know what, it is what it is. You don't like it, bend over, turn around and take it deep. That's what I think is going on here. So anyway, speaking at the meeting of the Senate Duma Budget and Taxes Committee, Silvanov revealed information about the source of Russia's supplies of unmanned aerial vehicles for the first time since its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. And I'm quoting, let me show you, right here. Quote, today, almost all drones come from People's Republic of China. We are grateful to our partners, but we need to develop our own resource base, and the necessary money should be allocated, the Russian minister said. What do you want? We are allocating additional money for drones, more than 60 billion rubles, over $616 million, have been accounted for. This is the money for a new national project to develop our own drone base. The objective is for 41% of all drones to be labeled made in Russia by 2025. So these guys are way back. They need a lot of work. The Americans are doing the same thing if they haven't done it yet. So we have North Korea, and we have China, and we have Iran. So what are we going to do about it? Keep trying. Keep trying, because this is out in the open, and this is a consequence of the desire to impose your so-called rule-based world order over everybody else. Remember, nobody gave us, I'm not aware of any rules of this rule-based. What are the rules? Nobody's. Why? The rules are however or whatever the United States decides at the moment is the rule. And everybody should shut the fuck up, because we are the boss here. That's the way they want to run this world. And we're the good, so must be a good world order. Alright, my friends, here it is. Good luck, good luck. Now it's clear. We got clear two sides. It wasn't like this before, but now the Russians dare to come and say it out loud. Remember, Putin is visiting China right now, and many other world leaders are in China. One of them is Prime Minister of Hungary, the great Viktor Orban, and many other world leaders. I don't know, about 100 and some are over there. Well, I'm going to cover that definitely. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.